Hi all, this is Claire Thomas, and it is Tuesday, March 31st, 2020, and here are today's immigration updates in this new era of COVID-19. So, a reminder that USCIS in-person appointments are suspended at least through April 7th, 2020, and their reminder is to check their website for more updates as this period of time could certainly be extended, and this goes for face-to-face appointments, things like asylum office interviews, biometrics collections, naturalization oath ceremonies, things like that. In theory, different applications that have already been filed with USCIS are going to be continued to be processed. And let's ask now about immigration court, what's going on there. And an update last night through the immigration court website, non-detained courts and hearings in those courts are postponed through May 1st of 2020. But detained immigration courts are still continuing to have hearings. That here in the New York City area, that is the Varick Street Immigration Court and the Elizabeth Detention Facility in Elizabeth, New Jersey. The Varick Street Court is having hearings via video teleconference where the judges sit in an adjudication center in Fort Worth, Texas. And the Elizabeth Immigration Court is in a privately operated ICE detention facility owned by Core Civic in Elizabeth, New Jersey. That facility is currently quote unquote closed. We're not sure what that means. People are still there, but no one is allowed to go in. So the court is not hearing cases right now. I'll hopefully have more updates as soon as I hear from some advocate friends. And immigration groups sued the Trump administration for keeping courts open amid this COVID-19 pandemic. So this is from The Hill, the online publication today, and it's talking about how different immigration groups through the American Immigration Lawyers Association sued the administration over its refusal to close immigration courts during this pandemic. And the groups have said that the Department of Justice Executive Office for Immigration Review's failure to suspend immigration hearings amid the pandemic puts migrants, their attorneys, and the government personnel at risk. We also have a statement here from the National Association of Immigration Judges, which is the judges union. They put out an urgent call on their website today, published yesterday, with a quote from one current immigration judge who is a U.S. military veteran. And that person said, "I don't say this lightly, but EOIR has demonstrated that they need to be gutted and rebuilt from the ashes. I've never witnessed an utter lack of concern for people like I have here. In my former life, we treated captured Taliban and ISIS with more humanity. Moreover, I've never seen worse leadership. A crisis usually brings good and bad to the light. We've had nothing but darkness." And that's from an immigration judge in communication to the union. What about ICE? ICE is still making arrests in the New York and New Jersey area. People are still being brought into detention facilities in New Jersey. ICE's public-facing literature says that they will not be making arrests at hospitals, and we hope that that is true, but they are continuing to target individuals and pick them up in their homes or then, of course, in traffic stops. The Immigrant Defense Project, IDP, is a nonprofit, and it has a lot of community-facing materials on their website about what to do if a loved one is detained and has an underlying medical condition that makes that person particularly vulnerable to COVID-19. And a bit of good news, successful habeas petitions filed last week in federal court resulted in the release of about a dozen particularly vulnerable immigrants from ICE detention facilities in the New York City area. So we are hoping for more of this as this horrific disease sweeps across the country and that those who are detained are particularly vulnerable. Thank you so much. More next time.